Imagine if someone handed you a library that hadn't been opened for nearly 2,000 years, hundreds of ancient books, written by people who witnessed the Roman Empire at its height. Some may contain works that no living person has ever read. There's just one problem. The moment you try to open one, it crumbles into dust. For more than 250 years, historians believed these books were lost forever, until a machine did something no human ever could. Our story begins in southern Italy. The year is 1752. Workers are digging a well near the town of Herculaneum when their tools strike marble. They haven't found a house. They've found an enormous Roman villa. Room after room begins to emerge from nearly 20 meters of hardened volcanic rock, statues, gardens, paintings. But in one small room, they discover something no archaeologist had ever seen before. Shelf after shelf filled with black cylinders. At first, they think they're pieces of burnt wood. Someone almost throws them away. Only later do they realize they're scrolls. Nearly 1,800 of them. The only complete library ever recovered from the ancient Roman world. It should have been one of the greatest discoveries in history. Instead, it became one of its greatest frustrations. In AD 79, Mount Vesuvius erupted with unimaginable force. Most people know what happened to Pompeii. Herculaneum suffered a different fate. A superheated cloud of gas, ash, and rock swept across the town at hundreds of kilometers per hour. The heat was so intense it instantly carbonized the papyrus scrolls. They didn't burn into ash, they became something closer to charcoal. Strangely, that may have saved them. But it also trapped every word inside. For centuries, scholars tried to solve the problem. One priest invented a delicate machine using silk thread to slowly unwind the scrolls. Sometimes it worked. Usually, the scroll shattered. Entire sections of ancient history disappeared before anyone could copy them. The more they tried to save the library, the more they destroyed it. Eventually, they stopped trying. Hundreds of scrolls were placed into storage, untouched, waiting for a solution that didn't exist. Yet, nobody knew what was inside. Some believed the scrolls contained lost plays by Sophocles. Others dreamed of forgotten books by Aristotle. Some even wondered whether they might include writings from Julius Caesar himself. The truth was, nobody had any idea. Imagine owning a safe filled with priceless treasures. But no key. For more than 2 centuries, that was the Herculaneum Library. Then technology caught up. Scientists began using synchrotron X-ray scanners. These machines are among the most powerful imaging devices on Earth. Instead of opening the scroll, they scanned every microscopic layer inside it. But another problem appeared. Roman ink was made from carbon. The papyrus was also carbon. To an X-ray. They looked almost identical. It was like trying to read black handwriting on black paper. The scans revealed millions of tightly folded layers, but not the words. It seemed impossible. Until artificial intelligence entered the story. In 2023, researchers launched something called the Vesuvius Challenge. The goal sounded ridiculous. Teach a computer to read an unopened scroll. Thousands of programmers, engineers, and students joined the competition. Among them were people who had never studied archaeology. Instead, they trained AI to recognize tiny distortions left behind where ink touched papyrus. Not the ink itself, the fingerprints it left behind. Slowly, letters appeared, then words, then entire passages. For the first time since the Roman Empire, someone was reading an unopened book. The first recovered text wasn't a dramatic prophecy, it was philosophy, likely written by the Epicurean philosopher Philodemus. At first glance, that sounds underwhelming. It isn't, because proving one scroll could be read meant every unopened scroll suddenly became readable. There are still hundreds waiting. Some estimate more than 1,000. Each one could contain something the modern world has never seen. Lost histories, missing tragedies, scientific observations, poetry, political speeches, Books written by authors we only know by name. Entire works could still be hiding inside, not buried underground, already sitting safely inside museums, waiting. Here's something even stranger. Many historians don't believe this was the villa's entire library. The scrolls that survived are almost entirely written in Greek. That was unusual for an elite Roman household. Roman nobles often kept separate Greek and Latin libraries. If that's true, the Latin library has never been found. It could still be buried somewhere beneath the villa of the Papyri, still sealed beneath volcanic rock, containing books no one has read for 2,000 years.